buzzer system. And so the old buzzer system was the 6-light Ericsson Electronics. And the one before that was the Ericsson Electronics with the flipper on it. And so in the last few years, everything has switched to the UPC quiz and BQ tournament software computerized buzzer system. What we often do here in Dublin is we practice with this one because we have them, and then we simulate tournaments with this one. And I use these as a district coordinator at the tournament. It's just much easier not to have to get out a computer and hook up each one into the ports and connect it into the software. So when we're in practice, it's very easy for us to just open the back of the box and use this. But when you're at the practice, you're going to have to keep track of the scores. And so buying a good set of score sheets is a good idea. You can also keep score on your tablet or on your computer using the BQ tournament software. And I'll show you where to find all of that. You're also going to need practice questions. There's a number of ways you can acquire practice questions, but wherever you go, make sure that you get tournament-ready practice questions. So, through Brother Powers at bqmaterials.com, you can buy his sets of tournament questions, and you either purchase them all at once, or you can purchase them in groups, so you can buy a couple months at a time. And these questions are very well done, and these are the ones that you can actually ask your quizzers in practice. They do a good job of simulating what a tournament-style question will be like, but there are also other avenues, and in just a few days, the General Youth Division is going to put on their website a list of tournament question writers around the country. So one of the big obstacles we've had in the quiz community over the last few years is finding who out there is writing questions. It's been a short list of people, and so there are about half a dozen individuals around the country who could email you a question set, and so just to name a few, Sister Kim Fulbear in Michigan, Brother Jim Knutson in Illinois, and several other individuals in around North America are writing good tournament questions in addition to Brother Powers. You're going to want a concordance. A concordance is just a list of all of the words. When you say to a quizzer, quote the verse that contains the word blank, they can go right to that verse in your mind, but unless you as the coach also memorize the verse material, it's hard for you to find out where that word is if it's not listed on your page. And so having a concordance that tells you all the verses that contain the word passeth is a really quick and easy way for you to find the answer before the quizzer does. So a concordance is a great idea. They also have a computer version of that at bqmaterials.com. Laminated material, having a set of the verses, is probably going to be your most used resource. You can either get it in page form like this, where it's color-coded, or the flip book form, which a lot of people like, pocket size. It's the exact same as the page form, color-coded. The reason it's color-coded is because it has one-time words highlighted in blue, two-time words highlighted in green. It tells you when you have a unique beginning and a unique ending of the verse. It tells you proper names, geographical locations, body parts, all things that we ask during a quiz tournament. Alright? So getting color-coded laminated material is a huge advantage. And then a buzz box. If you don't have a buzz box, I would really recommend it, and I think a great investment would be the computerized buzzer system. They are found at upcquiz.com. upcquiz.com, as well as the software on your computer that runs it. And if you'd like, I can show you before you leave today on my computer how it looks and how it works. What does a quizzer need to quiz? There's a lot of different resources available, but the most commonly used are a laminated set of material. A lot of quizzers really like the pocket set of verses. I saw Stephen had his here, and they're just really portable. Take them to school, look at the verses, and then a box of verse cards. When I quizzed, I learned almost exclusively from verse cards. You've got the location on the front, the verse written out in words on the back, and that's how I memorized. You'd have stacks of verses that you were really confident on, stacks of ones you had yet to learn, and it was really motivating to me to see the stack that I knew get bigger and the one that I didn't know get smaller over the season. They also have verses in song form through bqmaterials.com, and they're fairly well done. A lot of people like those, especially for the beginner quizzers, because it's easier to remember if it's in a song. Some coaches make their own songs. If that's your talent, then feel free, set your voices to song. So there's different study resources. Check those out at BQ Materials. Now, you've got a home church, you want to start a quiz program, you've got some interested people, you got to have an orientation. And an orientation is as simple as having a meeting sometime in the off season. I would do it in the next 4 to 6 weeks. And anybody interested in quizzing can come. And at that meeting, you just talk with people. You tell them, Bible quizzing is coming up. We want to start learning soon. Who's interested? I'll help coordinate ordering your materials. And you can work out payment depending on how you want to do things. A lot of times quizzers purchase their own materials. Sometimes churches will put money towards supporting, subsidizing part of that cost. So you have a meeting, you order materials for quizzers, you give them a schedule for the state of Ohio, which we don't have yet, but you will soon. You will soon. And then you get started sometime in November, and you start practicing. Now, when you want to start practicing, how often do you do it? Let's do a quick little survey here. Michelle, how often? Once a week, twice a week?
Twice a week.
Twice a week, and what day?
For juniors, it's Mondays and Thursdays this year, and seniors, it's Sundays, afternoons, and Tuesdays.
And are they like an hour, 2 hours? Hour and a half practice. So 2 hour-and-a-half practices in Massillon. Who else? How often Lancaster? Once a week, twice a week?
For us last year, just getting it back up with more new people, because last year I was as we could.
Yeah. And so maybe not the same every week. And so that's very common. And a lot of churches will do Bible quiz practice on an off weekdays, so like a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday. It gives people a little more time. I can tell you what we do here at First Apostolic Church of Dublin. We have practice for 1 hour before service Sunday and before service Wednesday. So we have a Sunday morning service. Quizzers come in an hour before everybody. Some people have a separate Sunday school class for Bible quizzers. And so they go to Bible quizzing Sunday school, and that's when they do their quiz practice. So there isn't one right or wrong way, and you'll find out with your pastor what works best for you. But whatever you do, it has to be consistent. You've got to practice, because it's impossible for one person to stay motivated over an 8-month span to do something when there's so many other alternatives to their time. And so you've got to keep people engaged and motivated, and we'll talk a little bit in the next session about what to do in quiz practice. So you've got to iron out when you're going to practice, and then you've got to register for your monthly tournaments. And I have a three-word phrase there under registrations that's bolded, italicized, and underlined, and it's when we're supposed to register. We register 2 weeks prior. Brother Redmond is just nodding his head back here. 2 weeks prior, please, 2 weeks prior to the tournament, place your registrations. How do you register for juniors? I just learned that this year, junior quizzing is going to have online registration, and I'll tell you the website. You can write it down now. For Ohio Junior Quizzing, the website is going to be OhioBQConnect.com. So OhioBQConnect.com. And here we have it on the screen here. And so you're going to be able to click that button where it says Beginner and Junior Registration, and it's going to link you to the online registration site. Now, you're not going to be able to pay online, so you still have to bring cash or check to the tournament that day. But this will be very helpful so that the coordinators know who to prepare for and who's coming to the tournament and how to prepare the matrix. So this is going to save your coordinator, this is going to add years to the end of their life and save them gray hairs, and this is really good. The senior quizzing also, you can link to the senior quizzing registration site through here as well. And I use a website called Eventbrite. It's an event coordination site. It's really easy to use. You can pay online for seniors. And so this is your one-stop shop for how to register. This website does not replace OhioJBQ.com. OhioJBQ is a great website that tells you where is the tournament. It gives you a map to the tournament. It tells you what the schedule of events that year is, and as well as results. And Brother Gary Kufel takes care of that website. I've got the fees listed on here for juniors and seniors. There is an advantage if you register early for seniors. There's an early bird registration rate that's lower than the regular registration rate. So it's to your advantage.